Ah, the beauty of the Halo theme. One of the most recognizable and beautifully composed soundtracks of the modern world. One that takes me back to playing Firefight and Reach, the Warthog run in Halo 3, or even the flood-infested worlds of Halo Wars. As a matter of fact, the first game I ever got for my 360 was Kinect Adventures, quickly followed up by the first Halo Wars, which just so happened to be my introduction to the Halo universe. You know when people list off the different Halo games and kind of skip over Halo Wars and just say, oh, it just isn't for me. Halo Wars is for me. I am that target audience. And as a side note, what an underappreciated game series. Halo Wars 2 has by far the most engaging story out of 343's painfully subpar lineup of Halo games. Along with the best Covenant replacements instead of whatever Halo 4 and 5 were going for, the Banished are freaking awesome. And we're so awesome that they're the big bads of the series now. But I'm getting distracted. What was I talking about? The Halo theme. What a nostalgia trip hearing. Shut up. Dude, quit talking over me. Just shut the fuck up. Fine, Jesus. Let's talk about a real man's Halo. Halo Reach. The, in my opinion, greatest storytelling in the Halo franchise. As I say this, however, Reach rides off the narrative and cultural success of the first 3 Halo games, which sets up a prequel story perfectly. A complete storytelling shift from being the man. By the man, I mean the man that is the last line of defense against the Covenant, which is Master Chief, to being a nobody. Noble Six isn't someone who will be remembered as a hero. He is the Batman Arkham Asylum of the Halo universe. A nobody. The freedom such a choice brings is refreshing. Instead of an OP main character like the Master Chief, to being someone that isn't tied down by the restraints of being the protagonist of the series. The general feel and atmosphere of Reach is suffocating. Acts that would turn the tides of war, sacrifices that would in theory save millions, mean nothing. Kat's death, quick and shallow. No heroic last stand, just a lapse in judgment that cost her life. George dies to destroy a Covenant capital ship, only for hundreds more to come and replace it. Carter actually, very thematically, goes down with the ship like any good captain. And Emil's death is fucking badass. But the greatest part of Reach wasn't actually the campaign for me. While being iconic and downright emotional, my favorite parts of Reach were Firefight and Forge. I know, this opinion is definitely an opinion, but hear me out. I'm a young dude, right? I grew up on the 360 through my younger years. I wasn't around when Halo CE came out and took the video game market by storm. Back when I played the 360, one of my favorite things to do was play Minecraft with my friends on 4-player split screen. Yeah, check that out, bet you haven't thought about that for a while. So naturally, I love the split screen aspect of Halo. And the pinnacle of split screen, of course, is Firefight. Whenever I'd have a friend come over, my hecking mum would make us play outside for at least an hour before we were allowed to play on the Xbox. So of course, getting on that Xbox after the hour outside was the most dopamine releasing experience I could get at that age. Hopping on Sword Base and having those goddamn phantoms come and drop off waves and waves of brutes is some of the most fun I've ever had in my incredibly decorated gaming career. And Forge? Damn. Don't even get me started. I could do anything, and I mean anything. Some of my fondest memories of Reach is playing with my friends after we were supposed to be asleep at a sleepover, trying to not wake up my mum while we each fought each other in Falcons playing Forge on the map Forge. Very meta naming choice, Bungie. Forge was incredible, but I never really had Xbox Live, so I only managed to play Forge split screen with my friend. The only custom game I ever really played online was Warthog Races. This was mainly because I was too trash to fight real people. But Reach is a point in my life, one of my younger years where the world was much smaller and easier. Reach's memories that I trigger, from tear-jerking storytelling to helping me make my first friends in school, and hours of fun, not just on my own, but with someone. It's nowhere near as common in this new age of gaming to be able to both enjoy a game together in person. Being able to look across the couch and spit the most disgusting combination of the English lexicon of your friend. Poetic. That is Halo. Halo is me and my friend Oliver playing Firefight till we can't see straight. So when I heard Halo Infinite didn't have split screen or co-op, safe to say I freaked the fuck out. Halo Infinite is a reasonably fun game. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. The base game is the most solid, and while I may not be a fan of sprinting in Halo because of how it makes the game's movement way less interesting and fucks with map design, the game is good. There are a lot of glaring issues that plague the game, like only adding map XP a year after launch, or bragging about teleporters in the winter update video, features literally as old as the Halo franchise. And what's worse is that the game mode pool is still so small. Even the maps, they have added 2 maps since the game's release. Halo Infinite doesn't even have Infection. Like, are you serious? I wish the winter update video for Halo, they added co-op, finally, but they called it something weird and confusing, and in doing this feature where you have to play from where the furthest behind player's save file is, which left a bad taste in my mouth. Maybe I'm nitpicking because I'm so mad about how they fumbled this game, but it's just more restricting how players play the game. And restricting is one of the biggest downfalls in Halo Infinite. Freedom to do what you want when you want with game modes like Forge is what makes the franchise so successful. Community creations can single-handedly keep games relevant, Minecraft, but with Infinite, a game series synonymous with the sandbox style, 343 decides to restrict. Restricting customization with armor cores, undoubtedly the worst idea I've ever seen in gaming history. They restrict the amount of XP a person can get. You finish your weekly and daily challenges, you're done. No more XP, go find another game to play. It's crazy. I've never seen a game so unmaliciously stupid. Like, there wasn't even a net gain out of restricting XP. It actively hurt the player base. And of course, the Fortnite-styled item shop that has been talked about to death. I don't really have any insightful comments to make, except that it was overcosted stupid stuff. Just drop the free-to-play model 343. It doesn't work for Halo. The drip feeding of cosmetics for such steep prices hurts. It discourages the individuality that was so important for the Bungie era of Halo games. And why is there going to be a Halo Battle Royale? The blatant trend chaser that this game is appalls me. A sick gangrenous corpse is all that remains of the Halo franchise at the moment. And it hurts. 343. Listen to your community. Don't tell us you're listening, actually listen. Look what players want, instead of appealing to a non-existent player base. The fans want Halo, not Call of Duty, not Fortnite, Halo. Make level unlock gear like Reach. Give us back split screen. Give us multiplayer maps. Give us more game modes instead of these lazy rehashes of the base quick play. And the campaign. I was initially excited for the choice to make the campaign open world. When I first heard this news, I had high hopes. But in practice, I find I'd just rather replay one of the linear level based Halos like Reach or ODST. I find that Infinite's world is just kind of empty. There's no reason for it to be open world. It doesn't really add anything meaningful to the gameplay or story. It doesn't build a lived-in atmosphere like Red Dead or GTA. The Banished just sort of stand around until you come near them. And all the Banished bases are the same. There aren't any real unique events. The open world is just an inconvenience to get to the next level. I think open world would really work for atmospheres like ODST, where it's this massive city to explore. Or Reach to an extent, where these places are lived-in worlds, where there are cities and people to meet. In Infinite, you're alone. And the biggest atrocity of all, why haven't 343 had the flood appear in any of the latest Halo games? God, the more I think about Infinite, the more pissed I get with Microsoft and 343. You know, when I started making this video, the original intention for it was to be about why we shouldn't give up on Infinite. Why we should stick with the game because of Forge and even co-op been added. And just what Halo represents and means to so many people. But the more research I do, and the more I play the game, the more I realize this isn't Halo. This is a sick imitation of the Halo setting. The Halo fanbase is by far one of the most committed and loving fanbases there is. And at the moment, the fanbase is defeated, spiteful and mistreated. The amount of support Infinite got leading up to the release, even though the last 2 mainstream Halo games were dog shit excuses that actively hurt Master Chief and Halo as a whole, was astounding. Also, as a side note, this fight scene is one of the most bullshit pieces of media that really solidified my hate for 343. Master Chief should have fucked this dude like the pocket pussy he is. It has been a decade since the last good FPS Halo. Isn't that crazy? 10 whole years without Halo. I want her back. A sentiment I'm sure many people will agree with. A whole year of Infinite and we're still on Season 2? I can't even believe I'm saying the newest Halo game has seasons. I'm sorry for being so negative, but it has to be said. Get rid of 343. Xbox is nothing without Halo. And I think it's time to leave Halo Infinite. Move on. But don't move on from Halo. Halo has fallen from grace and regressed back to a state of stale and lukewarm games. But Halo is still the franchise we love. And the fanbase will always be here. That's the amazing thing. How many franchises can sit through 10 years of been literally pissed and spat on and still adore Halo? Halo will get better. It's just a matter of time. If there's any takeaway from this video, or just a phrase that I can echo through the Halo community, don't give up on Halo. Before the video ends, I just want to say thank you for 100 subscribers. I love making videos and content for you guys, so getting positive feedback is awesome. The other reason you haven't seen me for a few weeks is that my computer broke. I won't go into detail, but I wasn't able to upload this video as my laptop is way too shit to run Premiere. So if there's any info in this video that refers to the winter update before the release, this video was supposed to come out more than 2 weeks ago, so that's why. And I also wanted to advertise my Twitch. I'm going to be streaming later this week, most likely Friday, which is 3 days from now, so if you guys want to come along, click on the link in the pinned comment. The plan is to maybe stream twice a week and have a new video every week, so stay tuned. But seriously guys, thank you for 100 subscribers. The 8-year-old inside me is so goddamn happy.